Have you ever regretted not telling somebody how you really felt? Or if you could go back in time, you could change the way things played out? That essentially is what I thought of when I saw the short film Memory of You, directed by Nils Jandler. I think it's a Swedish film, and it follows this man who's out with his wife and he encounters somebody from his past, and that's where the film kind of goes off of. This film is only 10 minutes long and it's free to watch right now on YouTube. And if you want to watch this film, clean, you can just go ahead and watch it and come back and talk about it. But I just wanted to talk about some of the themes and ideas that it laid out. I won't be heavily spoiling the film. Let's talk about gay regrets. And when I think about LGBT people, I feel like gay people, queer people, LGBT people, whatever, we have more regrets. I feel like because we are prone to discovering ourselves later in life, and that makes us more vulnerable to losing time. I feel like this short film, is a cautionary tale in that it shows a version of events of what happens when you aren't true to yourself or your true desires and the consequences that can bring. I mean, there are people that say they live with no regrets. How do you do it? I don't know how that's possible. I'm filled with constant regrets. I mean, I'm probably going to regret the way I edited this video or what I said in this video. I mean, it's almost something that's just a part of me. But it's also important not to dwell in regrets, of course. It's important to learn from the regrets and hopefully avoid them in the future. The regrets that gay people feel are because they're not honest with themselves. And obviously, you have to be in a comfortable place where you feel like you're safe in coming out and being who you are. But there's nothing against personally being okay with who you are quietly if you're in an environment where it's not safe to come out. I feel like a lot of wasted time in my life was spent just trying to accept myself. And that took a while. And then of course there's the whole exterior conflict of other people accepting you. I mean, and things are changing nowadays. I feel like it's easier now to come out in the United States than it has ever been. And it's something I'm jealous about with people who are growing up now, that there's just a much more accepting environment than when even I was growing up. And I'm sure people that who are a lot older than me are probably just laughing at what I'm saying because, the environment and that they grew up in, probably there was no chance of ever pursuing any same-sex relationship. This short film is a wonderful one-take short film where, and one take meaning that they don't stop the camera, it's kind of filmed like a play, and that's a very challenging thing to do, especially if it's a real one take. And I'm a sucker for one take films. They're just beautiful things to see when they're done right, because you really don't have any control of pacing when you are restricting yourself to this one shot, because you can't edit it, obviously. So yeah, when they do it right, it's really wonderful. And this is a film that's not overly dramatic, and I'm okay with a little bit of melodrama, but this film is very subtle, and it does pack an emotional hit. I think it's a wonderful cautionary tale. Follow your heart and don't end up in a situation where you're married to somebody you're not attracted to and you can't really reciprocate the feelings. And I feel like this is a short that probably exists out there. There are probably some people who are in a loveless marriage, but of course there are reasons and there are regrets, and you got to be honest with yourself first and foremost. And if you do that, I think that's more on the path to a happier life.